Hi, I'm Liliana, and I almost walked into the worst mistake of my life before a homeless woman saved me at a hospital entrance. I was rushing through the parking lot when a raspy voice stopped me cold. "Don't go in yet," she whispered, grabbing my sleeve. "They're in there right now. Room 407. If you love him, wait 15 minutes." I pulled back. "Excuse me? Who are you?" "Dorothy. I used to work here. They fired me 6 months ago for asking too many questions." Her eyes were desperate but sharp. "Your father is James Whitmore, isn't he?" My stomach dropped. "How do you know that?" "I was his nurse before they kicked me out. Your stepbrother Marcus is in there right now, and he's not just visiting." She pressed a crumpled paper into my hand. "This is the medication schedule. Look at what he's been giving your father." I stared at the notes. This doesn't make sense. Dad's prescribed 50 milligrams of morphine, but this says Marcus has been doubling the dose every night when the staff changes shifts, Dorothy said. "I caught him doing it twice. When I reported it, he told the hospital administrator I was stealing drugs. They believed him over me." "Why would Marcus do that?" I asked, though dread was already forming in my gut. "Your father redid his will last month, didn't he?" "Yes. He told me he was leaving everything to both of us, split evenly, $2 million each." Dorothy's laugh was bitter. "Marcus doesn't want to split anything. If your father dies while confused from the overdoses, the old will stands. The one that leaves everything to Marcus because you were estranged back then." I remembered that will. Dad had written it 5 years ago when Marcus fed him lies about me. We'd only reconciled 8 months ago. "That's insane," I said. "Marcus wouldn't kill Dad. Wouldn't he?" Dorothy pulled out her phone. "I've been documenting everything from out here. Look at these photos." She showed me pictures taken through the hospital window. Marcus injecting something into Dad's IV line. Marcus checking the hallway nervously. Marcus pocketing empty medication vials. "Oh my God," I whispered. "We need to call the police." I tried. They said I was a disgruntled, fired employee with no credibility. But you? You're his daughter. They'll listen to you. I pulled out my phone. "What's the detective's name you spoke with?" I never got that far. Building security escorted me out before I could make a formal report. I dialed 911. "I need to report an attempted murder at Memorial Hospital. My stepbrother is overdosing my father." The operator's voice was calm. "Stay on the line. I'm sending officers now. Don't confront the suspect." "Liliana!" Marcus's voice made me spin around. He was walking toward us from the hospital entrance. "What are you doing out here? I thought you were visiting Dad." Dorothy grabbed my arm. "Remember what I said? He can't know we talked." I steadied my voice. "Just getting some air, Marcus. The hospital smell makes me nauseous." "Who's your friend?" His eyes narrowed at Dorothy. "Nobody. Just someone asking for change." I turned to Dorothy. "Sorry, I don't have cash." Dorothy shuffled away, playing her part perfectly. Marcus moved closer. "You should come inside. Dad's been asking for you." "Has he?" I kept my phone hidden. "What did he say exactly?" "Just your name. He's pretty out of it today. The pain medication really knocks him out." I bet it does, I thought. "Actually, Marcus, I need to grab something from my car first. Go ahead. I'll be up in a minute." He hesitated. "You sure? I can wait." "No, really, you should be with Dad." After he disappeared inside, Dorothy returned. "The police? On their way, but I need more than photos. Can you get me into the hospital through another entrance?" "Follow me. Staff entrance around back. I still have friends here." We hurried around the building. Dorothy knocked on a maintenance door, and a young man opened it. "Dorothy? They said you're trespassed from the property." "Jake, please. This is about Mr. Whitmore in 407. We need proof before someone dies." Jake's face fell. "The guy with the stepson who visits every night?" "You've seen Marcus?" I asked. "Yeah. He's always there during shift changes at 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. Comes in with food for the nurses. Real friendly." "To distract them while he tampers with the medication," Dorothy said. Jesus. Jake opened the door wider. "What do you need?" Access to the medication room cameras. Can you get us to security? I can do better. My girlfriend works in IT. She can pull footage. We followed Jake through back hallways to a small office. A woman looked up from her computer. Jake, what's going on? Amy, we need camera footage from the 4th floor. Medication room and room 407. Past 2 weeks. Amy's fingers flew across the keyboard. I need authorization for that. I stepped forward. My name is Liliana Whitmore. My father is dying in room 407, and I believe someone is tampering with his medication. The police are on their way, but I need this evidence now. If you're lying, I lose my job, Amy said. If I'm lying, charge me with filing a false report. Please. She pulled up the footage. What dates? Dorothy leaned over. Start with October 15th. That's when I first noticed the discrepancies. We watched in horror as the footage played. Marcus entering the medication room, checking over his shoulder, swapping medication vials, pocketing the originals. There, Dorothy pointed. He's replacing the 50 milligrams morphine with 100 milligrams, but he keeps the original bottles to cover his tracks. He's done this 17 times, Amy whispered, scrolling through dates. Always during shift changes. My phone rang. This is Detective Sarah Chen. I'm in the lobby. Where are you? 4th floor IT office. I have video evidence. Don't move. I'm coming up. Detective Chen arrived with 2 uniformed officers. She was tall, sharp-eyed, and all business. Show me what you've got. We played the footage. Her expression darkened with each clip. This is attempted murder, elder abuse, fraud. She turned to her officers. Get hospital administration here. I need the original medication bottles from that room, and I need them now. Nobody touches anything in 407 until crime scene techs arrive. My father, I said. Is he okay? We're about to find out. Detective Chen headed for the door. You're coming with me, all of you. We rode the elevator to the 4th floor. 2 officers were already stationed outside Dad's room. Marcus was inside, sitting beside the bed. Detective Chen entered first. Marcus Whitmore? He stood. Yes, what's this about? I need you to step away from that IV line right now. I don't understand. I'm just visiting my father. Step away. Now. Marcus's face went pale. He looked at me in the doorway. Liliana? What's going on? You tell me, Marcus. Why have you been doubling Dad's morphine for 2 weeks? I haven't. That's insane. Detective Chen held up her phone. We have you on camera, 17 separate occasions, swapping medication bottles, checking the hallways. You want to keep lying? Marcus's jaw tightened. Those cameras show me checking on Dad's medication because the nurses here are incompetent. I was making sure he got the right doses. Really? I moved closer. Then why did you pocket the original bottles? I didn't. We have footage of that too, Detective Chen said. And we're about to search your car and home. Want to tell me what we're going to find? Marcus's hands clenched. This is harassment. I'm calling my lawyer. Good idea. You're going to need one. She nodded to the officers. Cuff him. Wait! You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything wrong. Attempted murder, elder abuse, fraud, unlawful administration of controlled substances. Detective Chen counted on her fingers. Should I go on? As officers handcuffed Marcus, he glared at me. You don't understand, Liliana. Dad promised me that money. I put in 5 years taking care of him while you were gone. 5 years. So you decided to kill him? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I wasn't trying to kill him. Just keep him comfortable. Confused enough that he'd forget about the new will. You were overdosing him systematically, Dorothy said from the doorway. I documented every dose. He should have died 2 weeks ago from the amounts you were giving him. Marcus's face twisted. I had you fired. You're the reason this is happening. No, Marcus. You're the reason this is happening. You tried to murder your father for money. A doctor rushed in. What's going on? I was told to check Mr. Whitmore immediately. Detective Chen showed her badge. We have evidence his stepson has been administering unauthorized medication. We need a full tox screen and medical evaluation now. The doctor checked Dad's vitals, his chart, the IV bag. His morphine levels should be at 50 milligrams. According to this, she paused. Who's been adjusting his medication? That would be the suspect in handcuffs, Detective Chen said. The doctor's face went white. This dosage could have killed him. We need to flush his system immediately. No! Marcus shouted. You're all overreacting! Dad was in pain! I was helping him! Helping him die, I said coldly. So you could inherit $4 million instead of splitting it with me. You don't deserve that money. You abandoned him for 5 years. I left because you poisoned him against me with lies. And then you spent 5 years planning to actually poison him for real. Detective Chen stepped between us. That's enough. Marcus Whitmore, you're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. As they read him his rights, Dad's eyes fluttered open. Liliana? I rushed to his side. I'm here, Dad. You're okay. You're going to be okay. Where's Marcus? I glanced at my stepbrother being led away in handcuffs. He's leaving, Dad, for good. Dad's hand squeezed mine weakly. Good. I knew. Something was wrong. So tired all the time. He was drugging you. But it's over now. The doctor returned with a team. We need to work. Everyone out except immediate family. Dorothy touched my shoulder. I'll be outside if you need anything. Thank you, I said. You saved his life. I'm just glad someone finally listened. 3 months later, I sat in the courtroom as the judge delivered Marcus's sentence. Marcus Whitmore, you have been found guilty of attempted murder, elder abuse, fraud, and unlawful administration of controlled substances. This court sentences you to 15 years in state prison. Marcus stood there, defeated. His lawyer had tried every defense, but the video evidence was damning. The toxicology reports proved systematic overdosing. Even Dad had testified against him, fully recovered and furious. Do you have anything to say? The judge asked. Marcus turned to me. Liliana, I'm sorry. I was desperate. The gambling debts, the business losses. I just needed the money. Can you forgive me? I stood up. No, Marcus, I can't. You tried to murder our father. You manipulated him for years. You got Dorothy fired and made her homeless to cover your tracks. Forgiveness would be an insult to everyone you hurt. The judge banged her gavel. The defendant will be remanded immediately. Court adjourned. As they led Marcus away, Dad put his arm around me. He looked 20 years younger now, healthy and clear-eyed. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, sweetheart. It's not your fault. Marcus was very convincing. Thanks to Dorothy, we caught him in time. Dad had hired Dorothy as his private care assistant after she testified. He'd also paid for her apartment and helped her get her nursing license reinstated. Detective Chen approached us. The DA is also pursuing charges for the financial fraud. Marcus had been forging your father's signature on loan documents. We found another $50,000 in debt he'd hidden. How much did I lose? Dad asked. About $200,000, but it's recoverable since the documents were fraudulent. Dad nodded. And the will? Unchanged. Liliana gets her half, just as you intended. Outside the courthouse, Dorothy waited with flowers. Dad hugged her. You saved my life. I can never repay that. You already have, James. I've got my job back, my dignity, and an apartment. That's more than enough. We walked to the parking lot together, 3 people who'd almost lost everything to one man's greed. What will you do with your inheritance? Dorothy asked me. First, I'm setting up a foundation for healthcare workers who get wrongfully terminated. What happened to you shouldn't happen to anyone. Dad smiled. That's my girl. I thought about Marcus in his cell, about how greed had consumed him until he'd been willing to commit murder. I thought about how close I'd come to losing Dad forever. Justice isn't the same as revenge, I said. Revenge would have been confronting Marcus and letting him talk his way out of it. Justice is watching him face the consequences of his actions. Dorothy nodded. He made his choices. Now he lives with them. Exactly. And we get to live with ours. We chose the right path. Dad squeezed my shoulder. I'm proud of you, Liliana. You could have confronted him alone, could have done something impulsive. Instead, you built a case and let the law handle it. That's what Dorothy taught me. Do it right, not fast. As we drove away from the courthouse, I felt something I hadn't felt in months. Peace. Marcus would spend 15 years in prison. Dad was healthy. Dorothy had her life back. And I'd learned that sometimes the best revenge is simply letting justice run its course. Have you ever faced someone who tried to take everything from you, even your loved ones' lives? What would you have done if a stranger warned you about a family member's betrayal? Like and subscribe for more stories about people who refused to be victims and fought back the right way.